Ah, the Land Rover Defender. It's our adventure rig. We built this for overlanding, off-grid camping, and just getting out on the open road. Sometimes when traveling or off-grid camping, getting an internet connection can be challenging. Let me show you in this video how I took the Roam rugged 95-liter box on top of our Defender, and I mounted a StarLink Mini inside so that we would have a connection to the internet no matter where we were. Why We Like It is a channel about stuff we like. Hey, if you don't like it, that's okay, move along. But if you like it, subscribe. After a recent cross-country trip, I realized some of the areas we got into had no cell service or internet connection. So I started doing a little research, and I found some campers and overlanders were mounting a StarLink Mini up under the hardtop of their Jeeps. So I wondered, could I take the Roam box that mounts on top of my Defender and do the same principle by mounting a StarLink Mini inside? Now, this is a do-it-yourself project, so you may be able to take this idea and apply it to other cases, but what I used was a Roam 95-liter rugged case and a StarLink Mini sunroof suction cup mount that I found on Amazon inexpensively. Save your suction cups for another project, but today we're just going to use some of the stainless hardware and the metal mount that came inside. Before I get started, I just want to take some time and clean off the Roam box. After miles and miles of use, it's been on top of the vehicle for 2.5 years. It's held up well, but it definitely needs a nice wipe down. Inside our Roam box, we carry 2 folding camp tables, a DBOS light, and some tent poles, plus other items we need for camping. So it's important for us to retain the storage inside the box. I use the MOLLE panel inside our Roam box, so I'm going to pull the MOLLE panel out and set it to one side. And the goal here is to be able to use this StarLink Mini mount in conjunction with the holes that are already in my Roam box. And to do this, I'm going to trim off a little bit of metal on each side of the mount. Plus, come back and re-drill our mounting holes to make sure that they align with the holes in the Roam case. The mount was soft enough to be able to cut easily with tin snips. I took off about 1/4 inch on each side of the mount. Here you can see how the mount will mount inside the Roam box. But first, I want to mark where the bolt holes are in the Roam box so I can re-drill. Using a center punch, I mark my hole. And then with a drill bit that's just a little larger than the hardware for the Roam box, I drill the holes on each side. I wanted to make sure that there's enough play in the hole just so that I can move the mount around if needed. The kit that you use may be different than mine, but the StarLink mount that I got from Amazon, the bolts seemed to be a little too long and they were scraping on the bottom side of the StarLink Mini. So I grabbed 4 stainless steel washers, 2 for each bolt, and I'm going to put those on first just to fill that gap so that it does not scratch on the back side of that Mini as I'm putting the mount on. I'm using a 1/2 inch socket by hand as I tighten, and I don't want to over tighten because I don't want to crack the plastic of the StarLink Mini mount. Now I want to clip it on the back of the StarLink Mini. I had to use a little force because it definitely fits snug. Here you can see the holes that we drilled, and it's going to line up perfectly for the bolts to slide directly past each side of the StarLink Mini. I found that it's easier to put the screw into the bottom hole first and then the top hole second. You want to tighten down each bolt evenly to make sure that the StarLink is snug against the top of the Roam box. That's a perfect fit. Now let's get to the MOLLE panel. I want to mark the MOLLE panel in reference to where the StarLink Mini is so that we can cut the MOLLE panel short and still retain the function of the MOLLE panel. I use a straight edge to give myself my line, and then I head over to the table saw to cut it to size. To give it more of a finished look, I cut each edge at a 45-degree angle. Then with an orbital sander, finish off any rough edges. This gives it a nice smooth, finished look. Here's a side-by-side of the piece we cut off and now our new shortened MOLLE panel. I start by putting each screw and spacer back in place by hand, then coming back and using the tool to tighten it all down. This is how it looks with the MOLLE panel in place and the StarLink Mini mounted. Now let's run the wiring. To make sure that the power cable from the StarLink Mini doesn't interfere with me opening and closing the lid of the roam box, I'm going to use zip ties along the bottom part of the MOLLE panel to hold the cable out of the way. Let's get this roam box mounted back up on the roof and locked down. We're going to power it up, and I'm going to show you what this can do. For today's test, we're going to use the EcoFlow River. Normally we're using the Delta 2 Max. It's mounted inside the vehicle. But for a quick test, we're going to put the River right inside the box, get it plugged in with the 110 power. All right, I wanted to go out and do a little testing, so drove over to the local park. We have a good shot of the sky. We're kind of out here with some trees around, but we're going to do a couple speed tests to see how good the StarLink Mini shoots through the roam box up on top. So let me start my screen recording. Jumping right into the advanced speed test, you can see we are climbing on the StarLink to internet, peaking out at about 202 megabits per second, and it finally settling at 181 megabits per second for download. Now we're into the upload. You can see the speed climbing. And we settle here at 20 megabits per second on the upload. And now we're measuring the device to StarLink. You can see that being close to the vehicle, really the roam box is not stopping anything from passing from the StarLink directly to the device, the phone. We're getting a really strong readout at 208. You saw some higher numbers there, and on the upload side we're quickly up into the 300s. I saw 400 there, and we're going to level out at 325. Now back to home base, let's do one more test. We're going to start with the basic speed test from the StarLink Mini to the device. You can see that we are peaking out at 141, dropping down to 128 megabits per second with an upload speed here of 21, 20, and a latency of 26. Jumping over now to the advanced speed test, we're going to run that again. This is talking from StarLink to the internet directly. You can see that we're heading up into the 186, 182, and we're tapping out at 160. The upload speed is going to be 1819. About 20 megabits per second upload. And then, of course, the device to the StarLink uploads and download speeds. My hopes is this video gives you some great ideas on how to stealth out your StarLink. Leave a comment below on maybe what your plan to build is or how you're using your StarLink. I'd love to learn from you. Thanks for watching to the end. Please like and subscribe. This is stuff we like and why we like it. If you're anything like us, we know you're gonna like it too.